Yeah. The today's topic is uranium enrichment process. This is very interesting and a simple topic. Before I jump into this topic, I would like to introduce about the uranium. The uranium is a nuclear material. Nuclear material means by using this uranium we get a energy, and by in turn using the energy which generates the electricity. How I will explain. This is the uranium. This element radiates energy because of the difference between protons and the neutron number. Then only the element radiates energy if there is a difference between the number of elements and number of protons and neutrons in a nucleus. Okay. Uranium 235 is yeah, the number of protons and neutrons difference exists. That's why it radiates energy. That's why it is a radioactive element. Okay, this is the basic one. And the energy which is released by this element, we use to convert the water into vapors. By this amount of vapors, these vapors are used to run the turbines. Run the turbines. Obviously, when the turbines run, the electricity will generate. Okay. This is the process involved, and the importance of uranium. The nuclear material importance is increased nowadays is because of the climate change. Climate change is due to the fossil fuel burning. They causes the pollution, means increases the greenhouse gases, and make the earth unsuitable for human beings. Okay, that's why the world is in the chase of using the clean energy. This is one material. This is one of the material, that is nuclear material, for electricity generation. But one problem is that uranium, after the usage of the uranium, the disposal of the nuclear waste, spent fuel we call, is a cautious disposal is needed. That's one problem. Okay, this is about the basic about the this is the introduction about the uranium. And next one is uranium exists in the nature as a mine, as a ore. Okay, as a ore. But this uranium is not suitable for direct usage in the nuclear reactors. Okay, so that the process needed here is the uranium enrichment process. I will tell you. Uranium is a ore which is available in nature. We get this ore contains two types of isotopes of this uranium. One is uranium 235 and another one is uranium 238. We need this one. Uranium 235 is the radioactive material, so we need this one for electricity generation. But this ore is very less in this ore. Okay, but just 0.3%, and this is about 99.7%. This is not at all needed for the for our purpose. Okay, that's why the process, uranium enrichment process, is needed. What is that? We have to use this ore for the electricity generation. We need to increase the amount of uranium 235. Okay, how we are not going to add this uranium 235 into this ore. It is not possible at all, because this is the ore that contains uranium 235. Where we can get the uranium 235? Okay, then how can we increase the concentration of uranium 235 in this ore? We remove this one, this amount, this uranium 235 is not needed at all. We remove this amount, this uranium 238. So the proportional concentration of uranium 235 increases. Let's, for example, let's assume there are 100 units of uranium, uh, uh, 3 units of uranium 235 is, let's assume, and 97 units of uranium 238. If we decrease this uranium 238, for example 90 units, we remove the minus 7 units of uranium 238, then obviously in this ore the concentration of uranium 235 will increase, because the concentration of this ore is decreases. So we are not adding here the uranium 235 from the external source. We are just decreasing this one. That by that way we are increasing the concentration of uranium 235. This is what we call uranium enrichment process. The process is very complicated and it is not needed at all. You should know the meaning of this process. That's all. That is to increase the uranium 235 in the ore. That's all. Okay. How much we have to increase for to use as a fuel in the nuclear reactor? It is just 3 to 5% of 5% increase just needed. Okay, that is what we called nuclear material for the nuclear power plant. Okay. Next, if the concentration increase reaches up to 20%, it is reaches up to 20%, it is reached to it is used for research purpose. Okay, 3 to 5% is just for nuclear reactors for the electricity generation. This is much needed. This is at all. 20% is for the research purpose. If the concentration means uranium enrichment process is used to increase the concentration of uranium beyond 20%, this is not good at all, because if the enrichment process increases the concentration of uranium, the meaning of that is they are using the uranium for nuclear weapons making. This is not good for the globe. Okay, if it is increases the 20%, there's some specification. If it is 60%, we call that as a bomb graded uranium. If it is 90%, it is for nuclear weapon graded uranium, we call it. But it is banned actually. It is banned actually under the International Atomic Energy Agency, like other treaty like non-proliferation treaty. But Iran is most concerning country today. Why? Because it is enriching the uranium behind 20%, because it is not comes under the International Atomic Energy Agency. That's why the world is more worrying on the Iran, the country. This is at all uranium enrichment process. The key thing we have to remember is the ore containing very less amount of uranium 235. So there is a need of increasing the concentration of uranium 235 for to use in the nuclear reactor. Why we are using in the nuclear reactor? For electricity generation. So big electricity generation. That's all. Some concentration amount is needed. This is the question which is asked in the UPSC prelims 2023. What is it is a very simple thing. Okay. That's all.